Dear European politicians, presidents, deputies, senators, governors, prime ministers, kings and queens, your policy is destructive. You say that you want to stop the war of Russia against Ukraine, but in reality, your policy doesn't prevent it. Your policy leads to more blood and deaths of Russians and Ukrainian people. Why? You adopted anti-Russian sanctions. In fact, these sanctions are against ordinary Russian people who live in Russia. You didn't close your doors for Russian immigrants after February 2022. And you want that ordinary Russian people become poor and make revolution in Russia against Vladimir Putin's regime. But your policy is failed because many people who are against Putin's regime emigrated from Russian Federation. And now these Russian citizens who live in the European Union want to change the policy of President Putin, but they don't live in Russia. How can they change it? How can they make the revolution? You, European politicians, want to stop the war. In this case, you should stop financing Ukraine. You should stop military supporting of Ukraine. In this way, the war will stop in 1 month. There is another version of measures how you can stop Russian-Ukrainian war. What should you do? You should arrest all deposits of all Russian citizens in European Union, particularly those Russians who emigrated to the European Union before February 2022. You should confiscate all their money. You should eliminate any pension financing of these Russian citizens who live in European Union, and you should stop pay salary for them. You should confiscate their property in European Union, their houses, apartments, flats, their business, and you should deport all, I underwrite, all Russian citizens who live in European Union. These Russians will re-emigrate into Russian Federation and will start to struggle against the regime of Vladimir Putin, and therefore the war against Ukraine will stop. Vladimir Putin will stop special military operation in Ukraine. if you want to stop blood, death, war, special military operation, you should make a deportation of all Russian citizens from European Union, and you should confiscate their money in European banks and their property. Thank you for attention. And I want to say that I live in Russia, in St. Petersburg. My name is Vitaly. And you should understand that we, Russian citizens who live in Russia, will elect the policy of our government, not Russian immigrants who live in European Union or in the United States. Thank you for your attention.